Hi, public speaking instructor Charles Hasbrook with the first speech assignment for the semester. It's the self-introduction, and we always deliver our speeches extemporaneously, meaning we take our content and reduce it sufficiently so that any prompts for us during the speech are on a card, a speaking card, and are only keywords and very short phrases. We never read speeches to the audience. I use one card for a short speech. I only write on one side because if there were more than one side and I had more than one card, if I got them mixed up, there goes the speech. I hold my card about belly button level. Therefore, I can look quickly and put it right back down. I don't stare at it for any length of time. That makes it seem as though I'm reading it. And I don't have it way over here and break eye contact to reach down and pick it up each time, waste time, and break that bond with the audience. As you rehearse your speech, try to avoid filler words, filled pauses such as that casual like, and all, whatnot. Throw away words that are really just sounds that add nothing to your speech. Think, pauses with no sound. Pauses with no sound. When you do that, you don't go too quickly. You can gather your thoughts. You can get that next important breath so you don't end up breathless at the end of the next thought. Use standard American English. Starting a sentence, me and my brother, will always be a -1. So remember that. I'm looking for at least 1 minute. Be good to yourself. Don't try to do too much, but don't end up too short of a minute because that's part of the grade. And I'm looking for genuine effort. I can tell if it's winged. If it's winged, it'll get marked down. And remember, with this and every speech, there is no redo. Once you post it on YouTube and email me the link, that speech is done. It'll get a grade and we move on. So as you deliver your speech, think about slowly enough so that you can enunciate every syllable of every word. If we can hear every syllable of every word, you're not going too quickly. You're not running words together. If you run words together, we don't hear any of them clearly. Once again, pauses with no sound, slow. Maintain normal eye contact. This, if you have a crowd that's that wide, normal eye contact. Normal mannerisms. I think mine are normal right now. Posture when breathing. Sometimes it's very hard to get enough breath if you haven't practiced speaking and breathing at the same time. Once again, those pauses with no sounds will allow you to breathe. For this assignment only, start with your name and never start with the word so. My name is Charles Hasbrook. I was, and then go on to the rest of the content. So gets marked down every time when it's used to start a message. At the end, just stop. Nothing after your final words. If you can end it with something that sounds conclusive at this point in the semester, that's fantastic. No thank you, no go to heck, just stop. And in just a moment, you're going to see my example of the self-introduction speech. We always stand for our speeches. And I'm going to start here with my clock running. I don't recommend that you watch your clock. I'm doing this so that I can tell you about how long it was when I'm finished. Remember, nothing but your name before you start your content. My name is Charles Hasbrook. I was a child of the baby boom generation. That's right, a boomer. Lots and lots of babies born from the end of World War II until about 20 years later, called the baby boom generation. I was born in a nasty little part of southeastern Ohio called Barnesville. And we lived in a small town of fewer than 5,000 for about 7 years of my life. After that, what was left of the family, with Dad gone by now, moved to Central Florida in the Lakeland area. I went to grade school in Lakeland, later in Winter Haven, then Brandon, and graduated eventually from Old Brandon High School in 1967. Thereafter, I went to the University of South Florida and somehow managed to get a degree in speech in the year 1971. I worked in radio for over 25 years. I went back to school in 2004 for a master's degree in communication from the University of Central Florida. And at the end of that program, in 2008, I began teaching public speaking in various places in Central Florida, including right here in your particular institution. Just a brief biography of me from then till now. You heard nothing after that last piece of content. It was about 1.5 minutes total, maybe a little bit more. When you have yours recorded to the point where it satisfies you, put it on YouTube. Email me the link. I will grade it as soon as I look at it. Most people will get very high grades on this first very simple assignment. So post it on YouTube as soon as possible. These assignments are never meant to be put off until the day before the deadline, which is when the next week starts and a new assignment becomes live. So go do it after you've listened to all the lecture material for this first week of the semester.